I'm going to start off with an attempt at a joke, lighten things up a little bit. So a pastor is finishing his Sunday morning service and says to the congregation, I would like everybody to read Mark chapter 17 during the week, and we'll discuss it at the next service. So everyone says sure, and they come in, and the next week the pastor said, did everybody read Mark chapter 17? And everybody puts up their hand and says yes. And the pastor says, it's really a great chapter, isn't it? Amen. And everyone goes, amen, it's wonderful. And the pastor says, but Mark only has 16 chapters. And you said you read the 17 chapters. So he says with a smirk, and today's sermon is about the terrible sin of lying. So Happy New Year, everybody. I'm really excited to be here today. We're able to start new, start fresh. We have no barriers holding us back. 2017 is going to be the best year of my life. I know that. Over the last 3 years, I've had a lot of challenges and learned a lot of things. And now it's time for me to put them all together. And I hope you do too. I'm very excited. At the end of December, I submitted this organization's application to the IRS for 501c3 status as a church. It's a 60-page application with budgets and forecasts and all sorts of complicated things, but that's in, so we're going to wait 3 to 6 months to get that decision from the IRS, but that is exciting. Part of what we need to do is keep track of the people attending, so the IRS will say, really, you had people come? So there's a clipboard there on the front seat if people could pass that around and indicate that you were here today. It would be appreciated. So today's service is all about fresh starts, new beginnings, and what better way to start that than with forgiveness? We've all been hurt emotionally, physically, financially. Things are not going to get better by carrying this hurt. Moving forward to eliminate this hurt requires forgiveness. So take, for example, an example in my life. I heard from several trustworthy people that there are others out there who are saying some very negative things about me and Rising Phoenix. That this place, Jim has bad motives, he's out to put other centers out of business, he's forming a cult, that people shouldn't go there, it's a really strange place. And that hurt so much. If you know me, I'm not doing this to hurt anybody or to try to put people down. I'm doing it out of love, and I feel it's one of my life purposes. I'm being guided to do it. And it was really eating me up inside. I couldn't sleep at night. I was wondering why I did this. Why should I go forward and do it? It takes a lot of work. And I was ready to just throw in the towel. But then I came to forgiving the people who did what they did, said what they said. By carrying around this pain, this hurt, I was letting them win. And I was carrying around anger and hate towards them. And that's not helpful. So the way for me to feel better and to get over this situation is to forgive them. And once I did that, I was light and free and able to move forward with a clear mind. I know that my reputation for honesty and directness and unconditional love is going to win out over the naysayers and the people that are hoping that we fail. When somebody hurts you, you develop negative emotions. You can develop anger towards that person. You may want them ill. You may want payback. You may want them to suffer. Yeah, hopefully they'll suffer and I'll feel really good about that. But that's not how it works. Wishing bad things on them like they wished on you is not going to work. You're the person that ends up carrying the burden. They've moved on. They've said it. They don't care anymore. but you're the one that lets it eat up things inside of you. You're not going to impose your views on them. You're not going to change their mind, and they really don't care what you think. But if you're still dwelling on this, you're experiencing the double whammy of you suffered the hurt in the beginning and you continue to carry it. So forgiveness is what makes you the stronger one. So what is forgiveness? It's simply letting go of the pain, the suffering, the hurt. When we let go of pain and suffering, we're the ones who benefit from this. So what about the person that did this intentional hurting? They said things intentionally to hurt you or to make you fail. But if you think about it, they're really the ones who are hurting inside. There's something inside of them. It's probably fear. They feel that, something is inadequate about them, and they're trying to make themselves feel better by seeing you fail or you suffer. Say a prayer for them. Wish them well. Forgive them. Give them flowers. It doesn't matter. So step one of your new beginning of 2017 is forgiving anybody who hurt you in any way. Step two is not being constrained. Richard did such a wonderful job in the elephant story. And it's such a simple story, but yet it's something that we all experience. There was this large 8,000-pound elephant that was constrained by just a tiny rope. And the reason was because when the elephant was little, when the elephant was young and inexperienced, that rope was enough to hold it. And as the elephant grew, its strength became 10 times that, and he could have easily have broken the rope. But he didn't think to do it. He didn't think he could. He was really restrained by this. So why do we think we're restrained? Because we've been unsuccessful in the past. We've been hurt in the past. We failed in the past. We thought something was really hard in the past. But past experience caused learning and growth and strength. 1 year ago, I thought I was a really good healer. I had been practicing my healing for 1.5 years, doing it for free, and I thought I was pretty good. And over the last year, I've been doing a number of paid healings, a lot of them. And compared to where I am today to 1 year ago is dumbfounding. There's so much more intuitive, so much more energy, so much stronger. Every year we grow and learn. But our mindset is still, I remember when this was hard, and you just get stuck in that position. So are you. You have grown immensely. You're stronger, you've learned, you're expanded your capabilities. So give something new a try. The worst case is, you've gained some experience. You've learned a valuable lesson. You've grown even more. Don't use the negatives to fuel your life. If you think the world is out to get you, you're always going to fail. If you think that something is too hard, then it is. There's a well-known quote: he who says he can and he who says he can't are usually both right. If you think you could do it, then you probably can. And if you think you can't do it, then you're never going to succeed. So what about a job? Think about where you are. Is your job something draining? Is it something that you don't like? Is it something that's overtaxing, not fulfilling? Have you accepted mediocrity? Is this your dream? What elephant rope is tying you down to this job? I realize it's not easy to switch jobs or switch careers. It requires planning, hard work, dedication, maybe further education, consulting with people in the field, talking it over with your friends. I'm not saying to quit your job without thought, without a plan. Stay in your job until everything's laid out, but realize that the most valuable things out there are sometimes some of the more difficult things to achieve. Just because it's difficult doesn't mean you don't have to try. Difficult, if something is difficult and something is hard, those are different words than impossible. So stop doing things that don't fulfill you. Stop blaming others for your problems. Stop thinking life owes you something, because it doesn't. You can create what you need to do. If you want your life to get better, start living it better. There are new adventures and challenges in the world to shape things for you. Let those difficult times frustrate you. Experience that frustration, but learn and grow from it. Another issue, your physical body. Everyone here looks great, but sometimes people complain about how they look, and do something about it. Step forward, change your diet, do more exercise. I've seen a lot of people who are down looking for advice to others, often spiritual advice. And then a month later, they're in the same position asking for the same advice. If you are looking for your advice from others on how to proceed, then your soul is crying out for something new. Your soul is looking for that. So when you get that advice, think about it, put together a plan, act on it. Believe in yourself when no one else does, so you can look back and tell yourself, I did it. I'm a success. It was hard work, but I'm the one. You don't have to tell other people or show other people. It's all about what's inside of you. But again, hard work, planning, strategy are an important component. Sometimes we're our own worst enemy, but you are the only one that's standing in the way of achieving your goals and dreams. Others can want your dreams for you, but you're the only one that can make them happen. So now is the time for this. Now is the start of 2017. So when should we try a new job? When should we meet a challenge? When should we publicly practice our spiritual path? When should we teach a class here at Rising Phoenix? We're open here. Whoever wants to teach. And there's a number of you that I've talked to. We're waiting. So it's exciting. Now is the time. Don't say, I don't think I'm ready yet. Let me show you guys this. This is a birthday present that one of my car club friends got for me. It's in gym blue. He knew that I love blue. It matches the color of my blue car out there. And on Tuesday, I was looking at this thinking, what am I going to do with it? It's really an expensive toy. It's fun. Should I have it for myself? Should I donate it? So I'm thinking about it and thinking about the person that gave it to me. And this was on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, the guy who gave it to me died. He was 53 years old. And his name is Walter Mercell. Loving soul, amazing person, very bright, sudden heart failure, unexpected. I attended Walter's funeral yesterday. At the end, 7 people stood up with incredible stories about the wonderful, incredible life and person that Walter was. Walter didn't wait to make his life something great, something special. He lived it every day. So he's gone, but I'm sure he's looking down saying, I have no regrets. I've touched so many people. To have so many people stand up and eulogize him and say the wonderful things he did and how he helped them and how he made them laugh and how he told them stories. It was beautiful. So that story is so much like what Natasha said about Dostoevsky. That was a wonderful job reading that, Natasha. Thank you. And what Dostoevsky, the story of that is, he thought he was going to die by the firing squad. His life was over. And he's standing up there on the platform, ready to die, thinking, if only I could have a second chance. If only I could have a do-over. And then the message from the Tsar came, and he was pardoned from the death penalty. And he got a do-over. And he wrote one or two small works before that time, but afterwards, he lived his life to his fullest, and he was grateful for every day, for every minute he had in his life. And he wrote so many works and had so many things to positively influence the people because he got the second chance. So fulfill your dreams now. There's no reason to wait. Dostoevsky didn't wait. He got that chance and he lived it. Walter didn't wait. Walter had a wonderful life. So now is the time for you. Clean up your slate. Get rid of that past baggage. Release anybody and forgive them if they hurt you. It's not affecting anybody but you. Nobody is holding you back from achieving greatness but yourself. Throw away those old beliefs that you're not good enough, that you don't have the time, that it's too hard to go into public. Work hard, play hard, live hard. Now is the time. Thank you.